Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Thank you again for joining me. Today we have something new for Anastasia Beverly Hills. We have the new Sultry palette. I've been so excited about this palette because it's glittery. Anything that's glittery, I just want. I have to have it. And this is what it looks like. I'm sure you've seen it. The box does come full of glitter. So this is absolutely beautiful for the holidays. Now this doesn't have like, sometimes they have like a little overlay to kind of keep them glitter from going all over the place. I haven't had any issues with it. Like I could scratch it and I don't have like all this glitter falling off of that. I've actually been carrying it in my case. I haven't had any issues with it getting everywhere or on brushes or anything like that. So that's a good thing to know. So you open it up. It is the standard packaging when they have all these gorgeous colors. You get 14, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You get 14. I don't know why I just counted because they're always 14. Anyway, yes, I just counted them. There are 14 colors. You get shimmers and you get your mattes. And I'm obsessed with these right here because if you've been following me for a while, you know that I love shimmers. Mattes are pretty. I think they're beautiful, but they're not my cup of tea. I have to have a little shimmer with everything. I just kind of believe that it just makes you look really nice and dewy and shiny and pretty, and that's what I want. So I will build a look around all these shimmers before I go to the mattes. I mean, I'm going to use some mattes, but that's what I really like. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump into these colors. The first color we have here is Fresh. They are, as usual, really nice and buttery. I really never have problems with Anastasia Beverly Hills products with their, with their eyeshadow palettes. I never have any issues. I do regret that I depotted a bunch of them because they were taking up too much space because I like to carry all of them. So there's 3 of them that I didn't depot and I kind of regret that. But anyway, this one I will not be depotting. So let's go ahead and go into the color. Okay, so this is Fresh right here. They're just buttery as anything as usual. Okay, then we have Pearl, which is my favorite color. Then we have Steampunk. I'm going to lay this down. Oh, they're gorgeous. Okay, and then we have Rose Quartz. That one is gorgeous. Then we have Ember. We have Bloom, which is this really nice melony color. Look how that goes on. Oh my God, it's just so pretty. Then we have Birch. It's Birch. We have Cinder. Actually, I'm going to do it on the other side. That's Cinder. Then we have a Twig. We have Teak. Oh, it's gorgeous. And then we have Dystophane. I can't even say it. It's like the brown color. Now this is the only one so far that feels a little bit on the grittier side. And as you can see, it's a little patchy. And when I actually, I'm going to keep swatching it so that you can see. When I was actually applying it on my client, it did swatch a little, I was trying to blend it out and it was still getting a little patchy. But you know what? I'm in love with the palette. I don't even care about the brown color. This is a Cyborg. And then we have Slate. And then we have Noir, which is that ridiculously black. I feel like they have like the best blacks. And that's what the colors look like. Now, like I said, this color right here, which is this brown one, that is the only one out of the bunch that feels a little gritty. And it does swatch a little patchy. When I was blending it in, like I was saying, it did get a little patchy. All right, so let's go ahead and cut. I get these little hairs. They piss me off. They drive me nuts. Anyway, let's go ahead and have my little fit. Let's go ahead and do a little looky-loo. All right, so I'm going to use some of my Wet n Wild brushes. I got them recently. I had them last year. I gave them away to one of my friends because she fell in love with them, and then I couldn't find them again. And they're available now at Walgreens. I'm so excited. I had to grab them. They're beautiful. They're great for drugstore brand. So the first color I'm going to go into is that pearl. Here it is, that pearl color. Now, I've said before that I always like to place a little bit of shimmer all over my eyelid just because, I need another brush, just because it helps any of those other colors blend out nicely. So if you're having issues with any mattes or anything like that, even though you've applied some kind of base to it, apply a little bit of a shimmer and you're gonna see that that color is gonna smooth out nicely. So mainly focusing on the brow and then take the extra down because you also don't want to put so much that's going to fear with all the other colors. Okay, now I'm going to create a look using mainly the shimmers because that's my favorite. I will do a little touch of the matte, but not really. All right, and this is great for the holiday. It's a nice smoky holiday look that's light. Okay, now I'm going to go into this color Cinder. And I'm going to apply it in the middle. And this is going to be a great look. Like, I'm kind of bronzy. I'm going to show you the products I use to make myself a little bit bronzier. And you know what? I've been kind of playing around with my makeup that I have in my beauty room. And I completely forgot about this. I'm like, why did I forget about all this stuff? Because usually I rotate all this stuff in my makeup kit. So I really do use everything in my beauty room. I just kind of rotate it after a couple months. So it's just not sitting there, you know, wasted. Or I do give it to my friends, or sometimes they have shoots that they want to do and they just come over to my house and borrow stuff. All right, the next color, and then I did use my Wet n Wild brush, and then the other brush that I just used was my Delium. I love Delium brushes. They're beautiful. And this is my Delium 785. I'm trying to get used to, I still forget to tell you guys what I use. Okay, now I'm going to go into Teak, this color right here. And I'm using my Morphe M321, I believe. And I'm going to go on the outer corners because this is kind of like one of the darker colors of all the shimmers. Now these shimmers actually have a little bit of glitter in them. I haven't found them to be like to have fallout or anything like that. I've been playing with this palette, so even though it has glitter, I really don't see like the glitter later falling out or anything like that. I do like to use a small brush because I have small eyelids. And I feel like that other one, the big fluffy one, just kind of overwhelms my eyelid. So I do like to use a smaller brush. See, it's just really nice and shimmery and dewy. I love it. All right, now I'm going to go into Rose Quartz. And I'm going to go ahead and go into it with my finger, and I'm just going to place it in the middle. Just focusing that bling in the middle. I really, if you notice in my videos, I really don't do, because a lot of my friends have been asking me, so you do YouTube, do you do cut creases? I don't do a lot of cut creases. Actually, I haven't done any because I'm an editorial makeup artist. I don't know if you checked out my Instagram and stuff, but I mainly do fashion. So there's a difference between, you know, like YouTube makeup, which is absolutely beautiful with all the cut creases and stuff like that. I think it's gorgeous. But I do a lot of editorial fashion stuff, which we just do everything blown out on the models, and I work with actors. So I don't do a lot of cut creases or anything like that. So that's why you don't really see me doing that on my channel. I do occasionally like a really full smoky eye, but that's why, in case you're wondering why I don't do cut creases and stuff, it's not because I don't know how to do it. It's because I don't do it. When we do actresses and models and stuff like that, it's very, very rare that we do any of that. So, I mean, I'll probably get into it later, but I kind of try to stay with what I love to do, and that's just doing like a nice blown out smoky look and everyday looks and stuff like that. And, you know, I will throw in some you know, crazy little editorials, which is what it's called. It's just kind of editorial funky makeup. All right, now I'm going to go into Birch. And the reason why I'm saying is because people have been asking me. So that's why I just wanted to let you guys know why. So I'm going into Birch and I'm just going to smoke it out underneath my lower lash line, as you could see. It's really nice and smoky, and then I like to kind of drag it down. All right, and now I'm going to go into that teak color again. And I'm just going to soften that color up. Give it a little shimmer. A little dewiness. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and go into that brown. And I'm just going to mainly focus on the outer corners of my eye. Now I'm going to go ahead and go into one of my little Wet n Wild brushes here. Get a little bit of that brown and just kind of place it in the outer corners of my eye. And just kind of feather it out. Now I'm going to skip right here because I want that shimmer to be nice and light. Okay, now I'm going to go into, let's see, a little bit of that Got Pearl with my Delium brush. And I'm just kind of feather that all over. All right, and then I'm going to go back into my little Wet n Wild and I'm going to go into Bloom. And I'm just going to go all over my entire lower lid just to give a little bit of a pop of a color. Because I have so much shimmer on there, if I would have placed this color first, this color, as a transitional, then it was gonna hide. With all those layers that I put of shimmer, it was gonna hide that color. So I just go back in there lightly and just kind of place it in the middle. That way you don't lose that color. And it blends in nicely because you're putting it on top of that shimmer. And you just have, I just used, how many colors did I just use? I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I just used 6 colors. And see how they're just meshing nicely? And then, actually, I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of that Noir just in the outer. I'm just going to dab that because it is a really intense color. I still want to keep it really nice and soft. So I'm just placing it on the outer edges of my eye just to give it a little bit of depth. And then I'm going to go in with my NYX pencil in chocolate brown. And I'm going to just go into my waterline. And then I'm going to dig that into my lash line. Because when you dig it into your lash line, it tends to stay in a little bit longer. And you know what? Another thing, my Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder or my Laura Mercier powder. I can't find the Secret Brightening Powder in this giant, if you saw this giant mess, you'd be like, what the heck? It is the smaller powder, but it's white. And what I do is I like to kind of place it in there and just kind of leave it for a second, not long because I have dry under eyes. And then what happens is I just start looking a little bit on the cakey side. Where is my little powder? Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead, put that underneath. That's going to help keep that from running. Okay, let me go in there again. And then I'm going to go into, where is it? Where did I put my stuff? I was going to show you. Oh my God, I have the biggest. Okay, here it is. Sorry. All right, my Sonia Kashuk. I forgot I had this because I have so many. All right, so this is a great dupe for my Chanel, which is $50. And this, I believe, is like maybe $12, maybe less. But this is also a cream. So they have it in a different color too, I believe. So this is my Chanel, and this is my Sonia Kashuk. Now I remember I bought these around the same time. My Chanel, which is $50, it's kind of drying. It doesn't feel nice and buttery anymore. This one, on the other hand, is still kind of kicking. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of that on my forehead just to make myself nice and bronzy. And it's a really pretty color. It doesn't make you look dirty or crazy, because you know that is like my biggest pet peeve. I just like to have everything look nice and blown out. All right, so now I'm going to go into my Milani powder, or not powder, blush. This is a gorgeous color, especially if you are a light skin tone to medium, especially light. This is going to absolutely pop. This is 06 Luminous. And I'm going to go ahead and use my Real Technique brush. I just kind of went all over my face. And I'm just going to pop this in the middle, smiling. I always tell my clients to smile like a donkey. I'm going to pop that in the middle. And you get, like, see how I'm just looking really nice and tan? I'm not this tan. I did use my Hourglass, and this is in the color golden, I believe. So it is a little bit darker, so I'm nice and tan. And then I went in, God, I gotta put my glasses on. I went in with my Rimmel Kate, and this is a 43. This is a color that I'm actually wearing right now. I forget I had these, and they're so creamy and so beautiful. So that is the color I'm wearing right now. And then I applied my Milani 10, or my Milani 01 Bare Secret. That's what it looks like on its own. And then when you put that over this color, I'm going to show you. Because it's very rare that I just put one color on my lip. I have to pretty much mix everything. Like, I have to absolutely be in love with the color just to like wear it by itself. Okay, so that's what it looks like when you apply it on top of this lipstick. This is the lipstick. So when you add these two, that's what you get. And then on top of that, and these are like little lip toppers, I use the Milani Champagne. I mix this one on top, and then it lightens it up, and this is the color that you get. So you're just really nice and like bronzy. And then I like to get my Physicians Formula highlight that I'm obsessed with, and I just like to apply it everywhere because I just want to be nice and dewy. And that is it. That is a nice dewy bronzy look with a ton of shimmers. I love this palette. I always love their palettes. I mean, even when sometimes they give me a hard time, I kind of love the palettes. I'm just obsessed with them. I think the colors are gorgeous. These are the colors that I would actually personally pick to put together. They're just my favorite. You have your blacks, your browns, a little bit of like a dusty color. You have a little bit of like, you know, a rusty color, and it's just perfect. I love it. It blends out beautifully. That one is a little iffy sometimes, but you know what? I don't care. Love it. It does come with the standard brush, and that's it. That is the little look I created. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you again from the next one. Bye.